Hey, what's up, Strong Church? I'm Chris Croats, and today we're reviewing the book Family Driven Faith by Voddie Baucham. Now, before we get to the Sniff test and the full durability test, let's talk about the stats. This book is entitled Family Driven Faith, written by Voddie Baucham Jr. It has 255 pages, and you can find it in your Christian living or parenting section of your bookstore. In a quick overview of what this book is about, I'll read the first paragraph of what's on the back. It says, more teens are turning away from the faith than ever before. It is estimated that 75 to 88% of Christian teens walk away from Christianity by the end of their freshman year of college. Something must be done. And that's where Voddie picks up and talks about how us as parents can impact our children so that we can have what he calls intergenerational faithfulness. In Family Driven Faith, Voddie takes a look at Deuteronomy 6 verses 4 through 9, and really every chapter, at least the first 7 chapters, really kind of takes a look at each one of these verses individually and then makes some application for us as parents. The last 2 chapters are really completely application based, and he talks about, is the church ready for this type of movement? And what can be done in the meantime to get your church prepared for this intergenerational faithfulness movement. Now, some stuff that I would label questionable content in this book relates to Voddie's background as a Southern Baptist preacher, and some of his theology and doctrine sneaks its way into this book, but those bones weren't really hard for me to pick out, and the book really didn't lose that much value because of the stuff that was in there. Here are some of the notable quotes that I found in this book. He says, "A family without a commitment to the God of the Bible has no hope of stemming the tide of cultural onslaught." Here's another quote. "I don't want to tell God what to do with my children. I want Him to tell me. When I allow my will to take precedence over God's will, I will not only give way to a rival, I have become one." And another great quote that I found, it's a little bit of a long one, but listen to what Voddie says. He says, "But if my goal is to send my children forth as arrows or nuclear missiles, bent on making a significant impact in the world for the cause of Christ, they are eventually going to have to know the Lord for themselves and think His thoughts after Him without me looking over their shoulders." Now, before I give you my thoughts and my conclusion on this book, let's give it a sniff. It smells good. It's kind of, if I was giving books a smell as ice cream flavors, this would be vanilla. It doesn't have that really bad glue smell. It doesn't have that old textbook smell. It just smells. It smells nice. It smells pleasant. It's not bad at all. And for the durability test, I have a bad habit of flipping books over while I read them like that. And this book snapped back no problem. It feels good on your face. And overall, very good quality. Now for my conclusion. It's been a long time since I have been challenged by a book like Family Driven Faith has challenged me. There was times when I was reading through a chapter and it was like looking in a mirror, and to be honest, I didn't like what I saw in comparison to what Voddie has kind of set the standard for. I don't know if it was because I was just setting the bar so low for my job, my responsibility as a father, but I definitely learned some stuff from this book, and I will be implementing a few things that I learned in here into my family's everyday life. Like I said, there was a few bones I had to pick out as far as theology and doctrine are concerned, but it really didn't harm or hinder his overall message. In the end, I'm going to give this book, Family Driven Faith, a 9 out of 10, and I would highly recommend it to any parent. Whether you are just starting out and you have an infant, or you're in the kind of the middle ground like me right now with kids kind of all over the place, almost teenagers, I would recommend this to parents that have kids that are teenagers, or even kids that are in college or after college. This book has so much knowledge and wisdom and information in it that I didn't even know before. So it was definitely a good read. Go check it out for yourself. I'm Chris Croats. Thanks for watching. Stay strong.